Buen dia, buenos dias, good morning, good afternoon, boa tarde, buenas tardes, good night, boa noite, buenas noches. Eh, Wherever you're seeing me from, I'm in Bogotá. Bogotá is the capital of Colombia. It's a cloudy day, as you can see, but it looks like a nice day. Still a little chilly, so that's why I'm wearing this right now. And we're going for a little stroll. Where, you might say? Well, we're gonna go in Teusaquillo, specifically uh, the park over here, um, and we're gonna get some coffee. So let's go for a little stroll, shall we? Bogota is actually quite nice, man, and especially this area. You see a lot of dogs like this one right here. If you like cold weather, if you like dogs, especially huge dogs, I have to emphasize that about huge dogs. You will love Bogota, man. Bogota is really great for many, many things. If you like culture, history, art, there's a lot of theater here, there's a lot of cinema here, there's a lot of museums here. It's a lot of really cool things to see, and also just for like everyday life. It's also pretty cool. Like every place, there's places that are more dangerous than others. This area right here is called Teusaquillo, and Teusaquillo, for the very most part, is quite safe. So, whether you're a man, you're a woman, you pretty much can feel very safe in this particular neighborhood of Bogota. There's some in the north, there's some in the south, are not quite as safe, or you won't feel as safe as others. But as you can see here, it's quite chill. And it's quite nice. So we travel along. I'll hit you with some fun facts as they come along into my brain, so you have even more information for your best experience here in Bogota. I would say if you're coming for a short time, definitely plan a tight agenda with things that you're going to be doing. I typically, when I come here, I have a lot of things to do because I do have quite some friends. As you can hear, the language is Spanish, specifically Colombian Spanish. People that live or are from Bogota are called rolos y rolas. If you're a woman, rola. If you're a man, rolo. That's quite different from, let's say, Cali, Colombia, that they're caleños and caleñas. Or if you're from Antioquia, Medellin area, you're more known as a paisa. Here they have the Transmillennium buses. They're very affordable. And they can take you pretty much anywhere. Bogota is quite a lengthy city. It's almost impossible for you to explore everything just by foot. So you're definitely going to require some type of transportation, whether you opt for public transportation or you prefer more bikes. They do have city bikes in different corners. They also have services, transportation services like Uber, Cabify, InDriver. Those types of services will help you achieve more. You can also ride a motorcycle within those services. Not on Cabify, because that's specifically more for taxis, but definitely on InDriver and Uber. You could request one, at least in Bogota. There's some places in Colombia that don't allow, at least men, to ride motorcycles, such as Cali. But here in Bogota and in Medellin, you can totally do it. That's why you want to be familiar or know a little bit of your laws, your local laws, so you can abide by the rules and don't have to stress much about other things. Definitely gear up on your basic Spanish if you don't know any Spanish. Such things as buenos dias, por favor, me regala, those are common phrases here. For example, when we go get to the coffee place, and it's gonna be in Parkway. So Parkway is a very popular park here where people go walk their dogs, they chill there, they sell arts and crafts. People in the afternoons go there and jam, musicians jam, some people go to smoke, some people just grab a few beers and go drink with their friends or by themselves. It's quite a little nice park. We're quite close to it actually. And as far as like accommodations, Bogota, depending on the season, has quite a vast arrangement of accommodations. You can use Booking, you can use Airbnb, you can use Hostel World if you're more into hostels. They're actually quite nice here. I personally am staying. Look at this little cute dog right here. What's up, little guy? I personally was staying. I am staying currently in Bendito Hostel. It's quite a nice hostel because not many people know about that hostel. There's so many. There's so many different hostels that you can stay in. That are like proper buildings, like this one, or you can stay in people's houses as well. They have that. They also have the option of couch surfing. If that's something you want to try and want to do, or want to save some money, you can do that as well. So here in Bogota, people are quite nice and everything. Unlike other places that I've traveled, people are a little bit more reserved here. But Rolos are quite nice people. They're very friendly, they're very approachable. It's just if you want to make real Rolo friends, you have to, you know, get to know at least one person. And that person will introduce you to another person and another person. And that's kind of how it rolls. So right here, we're actually getting already to Parkway. I can see it from here. Let me show you. So right here at the very end of the street is Parkway. And in Parkway also what is really cool is that you find a lot of spots to go eat, to go shop, things like that. So one of the things that I was talking about accommodations was sometimes there's seasons in Bogota where they have a lot of concerts, a lot of big concerts. They bring a lot of big artists, not only from Colombia, from the United States, maybe from Europe or other places. And during those seasons, the prices could possibly go up. So you always want to check, always, all the different spots that you can possibly stay at But also make sure you check the distance, because like I told you, this place is Bogota is very huge. And since there's not an active metro system, it's quite difficult to navigate unless you use the options that I stated before, such as public transportation, motorcycles, Ubers, Cabifys, in-drivers, those type of things. So here we're actually in Parkway. And in Parkway, over here, you see a lot of businesses in the bottom, and you see residential areas at the top. You also see shops. That one's called Carulla. Is one of the most expensive supermarkets that there's in Colombia, but it's the equivalent of like a Whole Foods or Fresh Market uh, in the States, if you're looking for that type of option. But they also have little markets that they also sell fruits and all types of things. I'm going to stay quiet for a little bit so you get a little Colombian ASMR, and you hear a little bit of the Colombian sounds. I'll be back shortly with you guys, giving you more tips and fun facts. Also, if you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. It will help us grow a lot and help bring people more important and great information, like I always do in my travels here at Retired Comedian. I'll say you will absolutely love Parkway if you love doggos, because you see a lot of them here, especially more in like the afternoon time. In the morning, like now, you can probably spot a few, but for the most part, you will see a lot of doggos here in the afternoon. I'm actually seeing some more very up front there. But in the afternoon, there's quite a lot here. When people are finished working, which is around 6 to 7, 8 p.m. This place right here is called Wok. Especially if you're into Japanese food, you will absolutely love that place. It's quite nice, quite lovely. There's also a lot of different types of cuisine here in Parkway. Entonces aquí yo área of Bogotá. They have Arab food, they have Indian food, they have pizza, they have KFC, they have burgers, tacos. They have pretty much everything you will crave, want out here. And in general, the gastronomy, specifically in Bogota, is absolutely 10 out of 10. There's so many great restaurants that serves all types of people. All right, we're arriving where I want to get my little coffee. Right here is a little bakery, little coffee shop that I typically attend. It's close to Curry Masala. It's an Indian restaurant. And then out here, the place I'm going is called Bocado Dulce, right here. And this is how you order a coffee. You'll see it in 1 second. Buenos días.
En las mañanas,
¿Me regaló un café?
¿Un café americano?
Sí, por favor.
¿Para llevar?
Para acá. Cheers. Y también me puede regalar este de pollo.
Una empanada de pollo.
Empanada de pollo, sí. Muchas gracias. There you go. It's actually one of my favorite bakery shops. It's quite nice. I like sitting inside because it's warm, but because of the music, maybe it's better to sit outside. Maybe. I must sit outside for the music. It might bring a little bit of trouble here on YouTube. Let's sit right here. It's a little better. So yeah, this is Parkway. Let me show you a little bit how it looks from outside of the bakery shop here, a coffee shop. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. There you go. We got a little, this is like a chicken empanada. And then this is like American coffee. And that's some brown sugar. I love me some brown sugar. But anyway, here is how it looks from the outside. It's actually quite nice. And now I'm gonna dig in. Here we are. So, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. share with a friend or two that might need it more than you do, because all these tips and all these things that we're doing here are not only for your enjoyment, but they're actually to help you live a more nomadic lifestyle or to travel a little bit more. If you've been taking the same vacations to the same places, it's time for a change. So that's what I'm here to do, to help you expand a little bit the things that you would like to see, do, etc., etc. If you're a person that likes to party or likes concerts, also Bogota is very, very great for that. They are constantly having festivals, events. Um, they have had people here like Shakira, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars, Bad Bunny, Drake. So many different artists have actually been out here uh, in the past few years, and they keep increasing. Like the Latin America market is thriving when it comes to those things. And if you're a person that likes clubs, there's a lot of clubs here. There's reggaeton clubs. There's salsa clubs, even though there's not extremely a lot. There are. There's also clubs for people that like techno music. Techno is huge here. If you're part of the LGBTQ plus community, they have the biggest club, LGBTQT plus club in all, and I mean all of Latin America here in Bogota, and it's called Teatron. And I believe it's like 5 different floors and everything with different environments, different things happening. And everybody goes there, even people that are not part of that community, straight people, other types of people, and they still go. So I would highly recommend that you give Bogota a try. Check it out. And definitely stay in like a safe neighborhood. I highly recommend, if you're more of a party person, I recommend maybe the area of Sonate. So that would be like Chapinero, all the area over there, Parkway 93. There's quite some nice accommodations there, whether you want to stay in your own apartment or you want to stay in a hostel or something like that. There's a lot of really nice accommodations there. If you're a person that you're more into museums and you like that type of stuff, I would highly recommend that you stay more in the Chorro de Quevedo area. So that would be like more in the downtown part of the city. Um, but if you're a person that likes more, I guess, flatter surfaces, things that are easier to walk on, be very close to shops, restaurants, and be able to be in a neighborhood that's not only nice, but it's very safe and quiet, I will highly recommend Teusaquillo. I used to stay in the party area a lot, but like now that I've been able to explore a little bit more. I technically been in Bogota for more than 4 years now, and yeah, once I found this particular area, this place, I love it because it's kind of like centered to everything. It's easy to catch a bus, catch a Uber, catch a moto to get to where I need to go. But it's also very quiet. It's very friendly. Um, they have nice restaurants. Yeah. Overall, really great experience. And also, the coffee in Colombia in general, but here, specifically here in Bocado Dulce, it's amazing. It's so good. It's so tasty. It's so refreshing. And with brown sugar, oh my God. it hits the spot. Now let's try this, right? Mm. Oh my God. So good. It's like a chicken empanada. Looks like a chicken pie. And you guys saw how I ordered the food. If you're not too familiar with Spanish, you say, un café, por favor. She asked me, you want it to be American. Americans use coffee and water. And I said, sure. People are very friendly and very nice. I will say Colombia has some, if not the best, hospitality when it comes to food service, when it comes to accommodations, when it comes to tourism, transportation. They're quite friendly in many ways. I love that a lot about the culture here, about the things here. Um, the one thing that I would say, and this is more about the locals here. I have quite a few friends that are locals here. Uh, some work for big companies, some are freelancers, some just dedicate the majority of their lives to do things like theater and cinema. Some other friends that I have here are musicians, and some other friends that I have here are like teachers, so like Spanish teachers and things like that. And I would say the spirit of the people, the locals that live here, it's a work, 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 work type of mentality. So if you're familiar with places like New York, Los Angeles, California, uh, maybe what other place, Sao Paulo, Brazil, all those places I previously mentioned are places where are big cities where people are working all the time. From Monday to Friday, sometimes even more. They're working all the time. So it's the exact same thing that happens here in Bogota. So when I see my friends, I legit have to schedule with them when I'm going to see them. And I tell them a little bit in advance just so they can make time to actually see me and have time to spend with me because they're working all the time and it happens. But it happens in every major city like that. That people are just working, working, working. And if those people, on top of that, have kids, have dogs, cats, things to take care of, are married, they just started a relationship or something like that, there is a strong possibility that those people are not going to be as available as you would like it to be. So that's the only conflict that I have about living in like a major city such as here. I like to spend some time here. I would say spending a weekend, a week, even a month here is actually quite nice. Because you get to explore a lot, you get to see a lot, you get to meet people, all that. But me personally, just me, I would see it more of like a place like that. That I just come, I chill, I hang out, I spend maybe a month, and then I keep it moving. In Colombia, I lived in three major cities. I lived in Medellin, I lived here in Bogota, and I lived in Cali. The first place I fell in love living was Medellin. Of course, there's so many things to like about Medellin, such as the food, the culture, the accent, the parties, the parks, the beauty of the nature, the weather. It's like the city of eternal spring, so the weather is quite nice. It's not as cold as here. But after you live there for a while, it's either you love it or you don't love it so much. And I'm at that point where like I still love it, but I don't love it as much for me to absolutely live there. You know what I'm saying? So just like Bogota, I will spend a month, maybe two, in Medellin, and I'll be good. Here in Bogota, I'm not really a person that's very used to cold weather. And Bogota, they call it the refrigerator because out here, because of the altitude, the weather is much colder. If you want to get a gauge of how cold the weather is here, right now, it's about 17 to 19 degrees Celsius. If you only know Fahrenheit, that's about 68, between 65 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. At night, I literally went to sleep fully clothed. So I had jeans on, I had socks, I had a full long sleeve shirt. I slept under a very warm, big and tight blanket, and I had socks on, and I still was cold. I had no fan, no AC on, none of that. It's just natural because at night degrees can drop, and this is without rain. With rain, it can drop even more. But it dropped to like about 5 to 8 to 9 degrees Celsius, which we're talking about now temperatures of 37 degrees Fahrenheit all the way up to like 47, 55. And that to me, again, myself, it's super cold because I normally live and stay in places that are more warm. I just traveled from Rio de Janeiro. We're gonna see a lot of Rio de Janeiro content as well here on this channel. And in Rio de Janeiro, it was 41 degrees Celsius. We're talking over 100, like over 90 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It was super hot to the point that even my back was peeling just from me walking outside. It was so hot. So I do like when I'm in a very steamy hot place, like in Rio summertime, to go to the opposite and be in a place like Bogota so I can cool down and basically readjust my body's temperature. Now the other place that I lived in Colombia, and that's what I call my home now, and where I live now, is Cali. Cali, Colombia, to me, is one of the best, if not the best place out here. Specifically because the people are so nice. Caleños are some of the friendliest people I met in Colombia. They also love to party. partying is huge in Cali. So people love to dance. People love to go out. People love to have a good time, whether they have the money for it or they don't. People just have that spirit of a good time. There's also less crimes committed in Cali compared to a Bogota or a Medellin or Cartagena. That's another major city that a lot of people travel to. In Cali, there are more violent crimes compared to those other places, but they mostly happen very far from the tourist area. The tourist area in Cali is in the northwest zone. That's where the majority of clubs are. That's where the majority of tourists stay. Um, and the weather is very nice. Sometimes it's very hot. Sometimes it's just right. Uh, but it never gets really cold there. No, gracias, man. Cheers. Here's another tip. It just happened right now. Whenever you're in a restaurant or a public place or whatever in Colombia, so it could be Bogota, it could be anywhere, you are going to get approached from time to time by vendors, people either selling on the streets or people just in general asking for money. You can politely decline. Uh, and sometimes some people get into big speeches. So before they're going to ask you for money or they're going to sell you something, they get into a big story about their life or whatever it is. You can politely, if it's too long or you're with friends or you don't want to be interrupted as much, you can hear a little bit and then politely decline and say, hey, I'm busy right now, or I don't have much, or give them a little bit of money if you have some. And if you feel at your heart that you want to do that. And sometimes they just come with products, whether it's like a mint or a gum or paper bags or different things like that that they offer to sell. Um, you can politely decline. And just treat everybody, doesn't matter who they are, treat everybody with love and respect. And I promise you, you will have an amazing time. People in Colombia, like most places in the world, are genuinely good people. That there are bad apples, that there's people that are not so great. Yeah, they are. But in general, people are very nice, they're very friendly, they're very peaceful. They only want to help, they only want to do their job, they only want to, you know, live in a comfortable, happy, safe environment. So as long as you follow the rules and as long as you make your time the most you can make it, you will have an extraordinary experience. Whether you decide to travel here, whether you decide to travel some other places, there's so many places in Colombia that are beautiful to see, are beautiful to experience. And it's a country that once you truly get into the culture of it, you will start going on journeys. I have friends of mine that only came here once and ended up staying for life, or ended up always going back to their country and then coming back here because it's such a lovely place. It does have a stigma that a lot of people travel here for maybe drugs, sexual tourism, different things like that, which it does happen. But if you're not that type of person, that you're not looking for those type of things, there's so many things to explore. There's so much nature to see. There's just overall so much to do. And I highly recommend that you give Colombia a chance. You give Bogota a chance. And if you would like to learn more, if you would like to follow this journey, I will highly recommend you subscribe to this channel. It will help us grow a lot, and it will allow us to also be in the feed of more people like you that like this type of content and would like to learn a tip or two or three or five or 10 here. I will soon have a Patreon and different things like that with more exclusive tips, more exclusive stuff. I will provide coaching calls for those that need it. Everything will be in the description below once everything's ready. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I'm gonna enjoy what I have left of my coffee. I will enjoy my little empanada right here. And I will catch you on the next one. Take care. Have a wonderful rest and blessed rest of your day. Bye bye.